Hey witches, Eadig here and welcome back to my channel. This video of course is Alchemy for Beginners and it's not going to give you everything about alchemy because I'm going to be making a whole series on alchemy for you guys. So this is Alchemy for Beginners. Alchemy is an early form of chemistry and its traditions were used in ancient Egypt, China, India, and medieval Europe. The word alchemy comes from chem, the ancient name for Egypt meaning the black land or the land with black earth. Alchemy was described by Hermes Trismegistus, a man that came from the city of Atlantis and was later deified. He became the ancient Egyptian god Thoth. If you're interested in learning more about Hermes Trismegistus, definitely refer to my as above so below video for more information on him. I have all the stuff about who he was and possibly how he could have been other deities as well. He's also thought of as the author of the Emerald Tablets, which is also called the Smaragdina Tablet or the Tabula Smaragdina, which is the secret of Hermes. They are 12 tablets which I've heard were discovered by Alexander the Great, but I actually couldn't figure out or find any more information about the Emerald Tablets or where they were discovered. So if you guys know any more about that, please let me know in the comments below. But the Emerald Tablets describe the key tenets of alchemy and the fundamental secrets of the Grand Arcanum, which was the great secret of Hermes Trismegistus. So there are two types of alchemy. Esoteric, which is a transformation of a mortal into a god, a goddess, or an enlightened one, which is also called spiritual alchemy, or exoteric, which is a transformation of base metals into gold. Alchemical symbols were used as a way to hide what alchemists were studying from those who weren't necessarily initiated during the time when people were persecuted by the church. Its motto is Solve et Coagula, which means dissolve and coagulate, which notes the first and last alchemical processes. So there are 7 alchemical processes in both esoteric and exoteric alchemy. I believe these are actually the 7 processes that twin flames go through before reaching enlightenment. So everything now that I'm going to be describing is in terms of spiritual alchemy. So there's calcination, which is the first alchemical process, which is breaking down parts of ourselves that get in the way of our happiness. This is the solve, dissolving or calcinating something. 2, which is dissolution, letting go of control of anything in life that you can't control. 3 is separation, reviewing and deciding what to discard in our lives. Number 4 is conjunction, the union, the marriage of the sun and the moon. Number 5 is fermentation, which comes in 2 parts. Putrefaction, which is also called a negredo, the dark night of the soul, a term actually coined by a Spanish mystic named Saint John of the Cross in the 16th century. The soul is made to rot and decompose, facing challenges and learning from important lessons to then move on to spiritualization, the albedo, the introduction of new life to change its characteristics. Think of the fermentation processes of wine, all that the wine goes through in order to become this amazing tasting wine. Number 6, distillation, reducing and condensing volatile essences for purification. And number 7, the ultimate alchemical process is coagulation, the resurrection of the soul in its purest form. It releases the ultima materia, which is the last matter, and this notes the coagula, the solve et coagula, the last alchemical process. There are also 7 Hermetic Principles as seen in the Kybalion. There's 1, mentalism, the universe is the mental creation of the all. 2 is correspondence. Everything corresponds to everything, as above so below, the macrocosm and the microcosm. Number 3, vibration, everything vibrates. Number 4, polarity, the duality of nature. Number 5, rhythm, the flow of the pendulum swing, flow and inflow, action and reaction. Number 6, cause and effect. Every cause has its effect and vice versa. Everything happens according to law and there's no such thing as chance. Number 7, gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its male and female principles, and this manifests on all planes. There's also a king and queen of alchemy. The marriage of the king and queen produces a state of consciousness which is described as a feeling of intellect raised and purified to produce a state of perfect intuition. Egyptian alchemists called this the intelligence of the heart. This is the special kind of intelligence or way of knowing that is always at work in the alchemist. He is born of the sacred marriage of the masculine and the feminine consciousness. The king, which is the sun, the power of thought and planning, the characteristics of the spirit. The queen, which is the moon, the influence of feelings and emotions and the chaotic first matter of the soul creative. Twin flames are considered as being the ultimate alchemical marriage, the marriage between two complete and balanced opposites to create a transformation as explained in the alchemical processes. Transformation is symbolized the alchemical child or philosopher's stone. The significance of the number 3, the father, mother, and son, which is the ternary, and then that creates the quaternary, which is the family, the number 4. The Azoth is known in alchemy as the Mercury of the wise, which stems from the Arabic word azak-uk, meaning Mercury. Its use is another word for the philosopher's stone or the elixir of life. Az denotes the alpha and omega, the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet. The first matter or the prima materia of the great work of the alchemist, and the last matter, which is the ultima materia, which represents the beginning and the conclusion of the work. A 16th century alchemist named Paracelsus believed that this was a counterpoison to any physical, mental, or spiritual threat. The quintessence, meaning fifth essence, the symbol or image of the Azoth shows how the 7 alchemical processes are connected to the sun and the moon and the spirits of the king and queen of alchemy. Alchemists believe that human construction is threefold in nature, constructed of mind, which is sulfur and fire, the body, which is salt and earth, and the spirit, which is mercury, air, and water. The elements were reduced to 3 principles: the absolute, which was the mind, the fixed, which is matter, and the volatile, which is spirit. Sulfur, mercury, and salt, when fixed and volatilized, create the Azoth. To fix the volatile is to materialize the spirit, and to volatilize the fixed is to spiritualize matter. To separate the subtle from gross, which is a quote from the Emerald Tablet, is to free our souls from all prejudice and vice. So that's all I have for you guys today in terms of Alchemy for Beginners. Let me know if you have any more interest in learning more about alchemy in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.